people on the work that they put in. Sales matters. Everything in life is a sale. You're doing customer service, you're selling something. You're at a car lot, you're selling something. You're doing car service, you're selling something. You're a doctor's office, you're selling something. Everybody's selling something. So don't say you're not a salesperson. You're a salesperson. So how do you get good at sales? Well, first of all, you got to hold yourself accountable to who around you. Are you the best of the best in your group, in your category? If you're not, you need to get back to work. Quit finding excuses. Quit looking for reasons to fail. Quit blaming everybody else. Quit blaming the leads, blaming the weather, blaming the credit, blaming this, blaming that, the economy. Bullshit. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. Everybody's got the same obstacles. If me and you are doing the same job and my stats are better than yours, it's not because I'm lucky or things happen. It's because I'm better than you. It's time that you quit worried about your feelings and you start holding yourself accountable to the competition. It's time that if your leaders and your managers out there and you're running a company, you start sharing the results. Hide the results, share the results, not just celebrate the winners. Show the losers. Hey, you the bed this month. I want everyone to know that Jimmy here the bed. Jimmy, what are you going to do better this month? That is how you get to the next level. Because it's so important that not only do you have the attaboys and attagirls and you're able to reward success, but you've got to be able to hold accountability in failure.
You can't close the leads you're given. You can't close You are Hit the bricks, pal, and beat it, because you are going out. Because only one thing counts in this life. Get them to sign on the line which is dotted. You hear me, you faggots? A, B, C. A, always B, B, C, closing. Always be closing. Are you interested? I know you are, because it's or walk. You close or you hit the bricks. Decision. Have you made your decision for Christ?
So listen, always be closing, right? Been doing sales a long time, whether it's door knocking, whether it's telemarketing, whether it's running an in-home appointment. And the bottom line is customers do not buy on price. That is a small portion of it. They buy on emotion, they buy on value, they buy on intelligence, and they buy on you. They're buying you. Either you're a closer or you're not. I used to run all my companies the same way. There's an 80-20 rule. I believe 20% of your company that you're running, 20% of your sales reps, 20% of your management, your leaders, your customer service people, they are running the company for you. The next 80% are not. 60% of that 80% are just getting by. Just like the clip we watched on Glengarry Glen Ross, people are either losers or they're getting by. Closers close, and your top 20% will close. The next 60% just get by. But that bottom 20%, you got to churn and burn. They're wasting your time. They're complaining. They're arguing. They're finding reasons to fail. They're blaming everyone else's success as their failure. They're making excuses for the leads, making excuses of why they can't close. The weather, bad credit, I can't get a yes. Let me tell you something. Sales, life, relationships, business, it's all like golf. Your score is your score. That's it. What you put in is what you get out. That's how it works. If I close more than you, I'm better than you. If you close more than me, you're better than me. There is no excuses. There is no, oh, well, I ran leads in this area, or I went and knocked on doors here, or I talked to these customers and they wouldn't buy because of this. It's because you're not good enough. It's because you don't put in the effort. It's because you don't train. It's because you don't look for buying signals. It's because you don't shut the up in front of a customer and listen and then say, hey, this is what you're asking for, and find a reason to close. That's how sales works. People want to, and they raise their hand and they invite you in their home, or you knock on their door, or you talk to them on the phone. If they are interested, they are asking you to sell them something. You need to listen and try to sell them something. When you're looking at different people and you're trying to hire and recruit people in your business, you need to find people that believe in what you're doing. First of all, you got to believe in yourself. We talk about it all the time, but then they believe in what you're doing. You have to have a product that makes sense. And look, there's all kinds of products that make sense. There's a need for almost anything and everything out there. You got to be able to market it the right way, but then you got to be able to talk to people and let them know you're passionate about it. You know, when I talk to people and they're super excited about something, or they're passionate about something, I get excited about, like, what are they so excited about? That is important, that you are able to show that in a sales call or a sales pitch. You have to have some kind of passion, and you've got to train your people on how to have passion. I want to surround myself with people who believe, who are all in, who want to better themselves, who want to take advantage of the opportunity they have in life, who want to excel, who want to elevate other people. That's who I want to surround myself with. And you don't ever have to be a liar, cheater, or steal to be a great salespeople. Those are scumbags. Those people don't deserve to be selling anything. You never have to lie, cheat, or steal. You can offer a great product, talk about the benefits of the product, find the pain points and the excitement that the consumer wants, and then close the deal. It's pretty simple. Everybody wants to make it so complicated. It's simple. If somebody fills out a form, or somebody talks to you on the phone, or somebody invites you into their home, do you think they're doing it for shits and giggles? Like, yeah, just give me a brochure. They're willing to talk to you about something. It's your job to educate them on it, answer all their questions, overcome any of their objections, and they get them agree to say, yeah, that is a salesperson. Listen, I believe in God and I pray. Okay, so let me say that. I pray every night with my son. I don't go to church every Sunday, but I believe in God fully. But I also believe in what Dolores Cannon said, you'd have to find it on YouTube, that aliens are actually spirits, that aliens are actually angels of God, and that they went and planted the seeds here in this universe millions of years ago. And they do this in other planets around the whole entire space. We don't see it yet. And some are free will, some aren't. And she spoke to people where it was their previous lives and they talked about coming down here. And I feel like for them to fly down here is like minutes, where for us it'd be thousands or millions of years. And that they come in and they see what's going on. Maybe it's even us in the future, kind of looking and steering to manage things, not sure. But I truly believe that there's one God, and it's God, and that the aliens are the angels. Because if you go back to the Aztecs, you go back to the Egyptians and the Chinese, everybody, they all have some kind of being or special thing that came from the sky that they pray to, that's magical, that has all these powers. They built statues on them. What the do you think they are? They were aliens, which came and spoke about God and all these things, because that's what I believe. Otherwise, it's the only thing that makes the most sense to me. And then even Jesus, I think, was an alien. That's just my thoughts. Am I going to live pissed off? Am I going to be that guy that's like, I used to have $1 billion company. I'm not going to be that guy. I'm going to be the guy. You know what? I had $1 billion company. I lost it. But now I built 5 other $1 billion companies, right? And so I'm like, I'm getting to work. I give zero, dude. I'll put on a pink tutu and a hammock and dance and give zero what anybody says about me, because I've gotten to that point in my life. Like, it's like these people didn't make me or create me, and they don't I have my own path. It doesn't matter. But it took all of this hate for me to just click. And now I've got to get my kids to figure that out. They're like, listen, they don't matter. They're angry because you have a path and they're not focusing on theirs. I say, listen, the reason why someone is hateful and the reason why someone bullies is because they're very insecure and they're very jealous. Absolutely. There's something you have that they don't, or they're so insecure with who they are that they feel like if you are 1 ounce better than them, there's got to be something wrong with you and you shouldn't be there, and they want to tear you down. And I said, it's sad. And they're wasting their time putting you in their brain and renting space in their brain for you. Do not give them the satisfaction of renting space in your brain for them. Do not engage. Do not pay attention. They don't matter. They're irrelevant. You're relevant. Therefore, you're going to have haters. Everybody has haters. Oprah has haters. Bill Cosby had haters. Jesus Christ has haters. Donald Trump. Everybody has haters. Whether you're great or Tom Brady, you're going to have people hate you just like they love you because you're relevant. When you're irrelevant, you're nothing. And some people are okay being nothing. But me and my family, we don't want to be nothing. People try to look for reasons why they're failing and why they will fail, rather than look for reasons why they're successful or why they will be successful. You have to look for reasons to be successful. You have to look for reasons of why you're going to be successful. You can't look at reasons why you're going to fail. You start to question yourself, start to doubt yourself. You start to have that regret, and that regret is bad. It's a nightmare. Regret is also part of the devil. Like, I'm telling you, fear, we talked about, part of the devil. Regret, part of the devil. When you make a decision, own that shit. You're not in a contest with anybody else. You're in a contest with yourself from what you were in the past. So you've got to ask yourself, what are you going to do differently today? How are you going to be better today? Are you going to step in and redeem yourself from yesterday or last week or last month or last year? And those are putting the steps in place to be successful. You can't feel like you can't change and life is over and you're done. It doesn't work that way. You're not done. You're allowed to have f-ups. You're allowed to have mistakes, and you're allowed to redeem yourself. Life's already going to throw you all the balls in the world. It's going to treat you like shit. It's going to tell you you're not worth shit. These people are going to judge you because people are mean and all these things. So the last thing you need to do is sit here and beat yourself up. The last thing you need to do is live in regret. The last thing you need to do is not believe you can redeem yourself, because you got to believe in yourself, and you got to believe that you can have faith, that you can have faith in God, or you can have faith in whatever it is you believe in, and that you can have faith in yourself to be better, to be stronger, to be wiser, to make better decisions. That's what life is about. That's success, finding happiness and learning from those failures, not living in those failures, which is regret, learning from those failures, which is looking forward. You're looking at the big windshield, not the rearview mirror. Like, you go through these regrets and you live in regret. And here's the problem with doing that. You're not growing. You're staying in the past. The reason your windshield is so much bigger than your rearview mirror is because that's what's in front of you. And when you stay in regret, you're looking in the rearview mirror. Your mind is small. Your life is small. Your problems all start to come, and they're eating your brain away and eating your energy away, and they're renting space for future success and for future knowledge and for things you want to do. It's sitting there just depriving you of the happiness and the success that you deserve because you're living in regret. We, as people right now, are competing so much with other people, and you shouldn't be. You need to compete with yourself in this moment, and next moment needs to be better than this moment, and tomorrow needs to be better than today, and today needs to be better than yesterday. You have to focus on that stuff. I'm telling you, we're guilty of this in so many ways, to where we get stagnant in the mud. We waste all this energy and time on conflict decisions, back and forth, playing tennis with our mind. Should we have? Did I make the wrong decision? Did I make the right decision? In business, in relationships. Like, we do this all the time. Stop doing it. The first thing you should do is understand that you should never have any regrets. If you're apologizing to someone, be sincere and own it. Own your mistake and move forward. If you're getting an apology given to you, learn to forgive and move on. Quit trying to get a pound of flesh every time somebody makes a mistake. Quit running people through the ringer. It's unhealthy, and it's not necessary. If you don't want to accept someone's apology, don't accept it. There's no reason to ring them through the ringer, dude. And take a pound of flesh. There's no reason for that. You're going to up. You're going to make bad decisions. You're going to things up. It's going to happen. Quit living in the past. Quit living in it. Just learn from it. Try to redeem yourself every day from mistakes you've made in the past, but don't live in the past. Just redeem yourself from those mistakes. And the number one thing I think people struggle with is they're so much closer than they think, and they quit too early.
Yes.
Because they walk up to that mountain, or they walk up to that building, and they go, oh, smokes. In order to get up there, it's like 150, flights of stairs. Just get to level 2 and then get to level 3.
I agree with you so much.
You got to stay in the moment. But the rule of thumb is this. You can't open a business for money. You can't chase money. You have to chase success. I always say, when you open a business, you got to create a service. You got to be excited to do something. You got to make a dent in this world. It's got to be bigger than you. You got to build the brand. It's got to be bigger than you. But the rule number 1 is whatever dollars you make, you pay your people first, your vendors second, reinvest into the business third. You get paid nothing. Zip, zilch. For all of my companies, I either wasn't paid or paid very little for 2 years. Like Power Home Solar, I didn't get a paycheck for 19 months. No paycheck. Free working. And people don't realize, that's what it takes. You have to reinvest your money into the business to make money. I always say, like, if you're going to pay for marketing, you're going to pay rent, you're going to pay your employees, you better pay for some self-improvement so you can be the leader that you need to be in any industry that you're in. This isn't your plan in life. This is God's plan for you. It's your job to execute it and have self-will and make the right decisions as you go along the way. But damn it isn't now. It's not God help me now. It's God will help you. That's how this works. You will succeed. It's not succeed now. It's I will succeed. Things sometimes take time. You have to have patience. I am guilty of not having patience. I lose my shit all the time. Like, damn it, why aren't we doing better? Why aren't we doing this? I'm guilty of that. I'm human. Like, I need to practice what I preach. Fear is the devil. How many times did your biggest fears come to reality? Why do you think that is? Because you're manifesting the fear to create bad mojo, bad energy, and bad shit to happen. I always say both people are right. I can succeed and I won't succeed. The guy who says either or of those is right. If he says I can succeed, he will. If he says I can't, he won't. It's the same thing with fear. If you believe things to be good and right, in most cases they will be. If you believe in things to be bad and you're scared of them, in most cases they will be. FEAR. Forget everything and run. Or do I face everything and rise? When fear happens, do I face everything and rise? And that's the question. And that's the question you got to ask yourself. What do you do when something comes up? Something tough, something hard, something you're scared of, something that you've never experienced before. That doubt kicks in, that insecurity kicks in. What do you do? Do you face everything and rise, or do you forget everything and run? And I want to talk about why people buy. People don't buy based on price. People don't buy based on all of those things. They buy with emotion, and then they justify the logic. So in order to be a great salesperson or a great sales company, you got to have a great product, and you got to be able to fix a need or a problem. And you got to be emotionally attached with your product or your brand to be able to get people to buy with that emotion and let them justify the logic. When you're doing that, when you're producing a product or you're getting a call to action, you got to get emotion involved. It's got to be emotionally attached. It doesn't have to be scared attached. It just has to be emotionally attached. It could be exciting, could be fear, could be energetic. Any of these emotions that they can tie themselves to your product is good. Sell the transformation, not the product. Sell the result of the product, right? I got you this product and here's the result. You want to push and talk about the result, not the product itself. The result is what's important. Don't argue your prices. Know what your worth is and stand by it. I can't stress that enough. And I want to start owning the hour and conquering the day. And I advise you to do the same. I've got to do a better job of that. Sometimes we get stagnant, we get comfortable, and we don't need to. We need to be hungry. Like, I'm so hungry right now. So I'm like in here, I'm meeting with the CFO. I'm doing all this. I'm talking to the sales manager. I'm talking to the CEO. Like, what can we do? What can we do? What can we do? We got these things lined up. Like, I've got to just keep my brain going. I got to keep rocking. I got to keep rocking. I can't stop. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I got this major energy. I just want to go. I don't want to let go. I just want to win. I just want to win. I just keep going, right? That's just how my mind works. When you're relevant, you're going to get bullied. When you're irrelevant, nobody gives a about you. You're just another sheep in the herd. Just another cattle in the herd. But when you're a lion or a buffalo and you're relevant, guess what? People going to find a way to knock on you. Whether you got too little, you got too much, they're scared of you. They're intimidated of you. They're fearful of you. They're jealous of you. Bother them. And you know what? That's a great thing. That means you're relevant. Now, not everybody wants to be relevant. Some people want to be irrelevant and they want to be in the herd, and that's okay. This right here, I want to be relevant. I want to be relevant. So I'll take the bullying when I was broke, and I'll take the bullying if I got money, because you know why? I've learned to give zero f***s. Most people don't bet on themselves, also don't believe in others. You got to love yourself before you love others, and that's facts. You have to love yourself before you love others, but you also have to believe in yourself before you can believe in others. And if you don't believe you can ever do it, then you truly don't believe someone else can do it, so you're tearing them down. You're finding reasons for why they're successful, and you think it's all bullshit and it's a facade because you're not successful because you don't believe in yourself. But if you start to believe in yourself, then you can start to believe in other people, and you could start to see the good in other people and what they're trying to do. And that becomes a powerful force because you learn what they're trying to do and you're trying to do what you do. You kind of blend all that in, and guess what? You're unstoppable. That momentum kicks in and you just start to just grow. But this ain't the cloud's fault. This ain't God's fault. This ain't my fault. Motherfucker, this is your fault. This is you not doing what you need to do. This is you blaming everybody else for your fucking shortcomings. The moment people stop blaming everybody else, the moment people stop worrying about everybody else and why they're successful and how did they get there, I bet they did this, and start hating and try to diminish what people have accomplished, and you start focusing on yourself, you will better your life, I swear to God. I swear, like, I don't get into that minutia. I love to see success. I don't give a shit how somebody got from A to Z. I love to see that they got to Z. I'm happy for them. I'm not tearing them down. I admire them and I want to get to Z. That's how life should be. But then you get these people, and I'm talking to you parents out there, especially the ones that are running your mouth to your kids about me, and those kids are running their mouth to my kids about me from your mouth. You're insecure. You see me and you get intimidated. You see me go to the top and then lose everything, and you think because you've never even climbed the mountain and you've sat in your underwear eating SpaghettiOs your whole life, or you've got daddy's money, or it's been handed down to your life and you don't know how to work, that you can come out here and talk about me? That you can come out here and pretend you've walked in my shoes? That you can come out here and say these things and get your kids? You and your kids are losers. That's what it is. You will never accomplish anything, and as long as you're instilling that bullshit and hate in your kids, they won't ever accomplish anything. They'll be the type of kids that will never get there where they want to get to because they're too worried about running their mouth about other people that are trying to do things the right way. If there were shady things going on, do you think the trustee would have filed a lawsuit against the corporate officers already? They haven't, and it's been over a year because there was nothing shady going on, because we weren't doing anything inappropriate. We were selling a great product, and all those consumers that raised their hand, and I appreciate that they did, and wanted to get a system with us. They believed in us because of our credibility and our reviews and our testimonials and all the great years we've done great service. This catastrophic event through Generac is a problem. And I pray to God that the trustee, the AGs, all of those consumers out there march their ass down to Wisconsin and make Generac pay everything. And if I get any money out of this deal, which I don't think I will, because we have creditors to pay and consumers to pay, I want to give back and make sure every customer's whole before I get anything on that. And this deal cost me $400 million.